14, we have an order for 1.2 grams IV every 8 hours for a child who weighs 36 kilograms. The recommended safe administration, so recommended safe, for the intermittent IV administration is a final concentration of 20 to 60 milligrams per milliliter to infuse over 15 to 30 minutes. Minimal this dose, and remember, this represents a maximal safe concentration. So our safe concentration is 60 milligrams per milliliter. That's our maximum safe concentration. So I'm going to use the 60 milligrams per milliliter as my concentration. So what's the minimum amount of IV fluid? So again, it starts with my doctor's orders, the 1.2 gram. And then I've got to change grams to milligrams because my safe concentration is in 60 milligrams. So I'm going to do 1,000 milligrams to 1 gram, and then times my 1 milliliter to my 60 milligrams. So my milligrams will cancel, my grams will cancel. And then I have 1.2 times 1,000, which is 1,200, divided by 60. So those cancel. And I'm left with 20 milliliters as my safe dilution, or my minimum dilution. It's a minimum dilution for the maximum concentration. I can't spell. M-I-M. For safe concentration. Okay, questions? Because these are kind of weird sounding. Okay, y'all are probably ahead of me on number 14, but let's look at number 14. I have 400 milligrams for my order and a maximum concentration of 100 milligrams per milliliter. And then they're asking for the minimum volume. Okay, so when you use the maximum dilution or the maximum concentration, you're going to find the minimum volume. So again, it's your doctor's orders, 400 milligram over 1 times my maximum dilution, 1 milliliter over 100 milligrams. I've got zeros that'll cancel, and that leaves me with 4 milliliters. So this is just like finding how much you're going to give, except you're using your maximum concentration. And 15's done the same way. So this time I have a child that's receiving gentamicin at 25 milligrams for a concentration of 1 milligram per milliliter. I'm looking for milliliters. So it's just my 25 milligrams, my doctor's orders over 1, times, oh, this one's backwards. This is wanting this is my minimum concentration, and it'll get me my maximum volume. Where before I had my maximum concentration and got my minimum volume. So 1 milligram per milliliter My milligrams cancel, and I get 25 milliliters. So I've got a maximum volume there. Okay, so any questions? That was almost too easy, wasn't it?
I feel like the storm system has.
All right, let's look at this next part because it's a little confusing, but it's very important because, like I said, children can only, and even some adults, but children can only have a maximum amount of fluid for their intake. What was that worded a minute ago? And, you know, with an excessively high concentration of IV drugs or IV fluids, they can have fluid overload. So we've got to watch how many liquids they have, how much IV fluid. So the rule for figuring this, and this is to calculate the daily rate of the pediatric maintenance fluid. So this is a maximum amount of fluids, IV fluids, that this child can have in a day. So how we look at this, for and I kind of got backwards. The first 10 kilograms of body weight, they get 100 milliliters a day. For the next 10, they get 50 milliliters a day. And then anything above 20, they get 20 milliliters a day. So we're looking at weight from 1 pound, So from 1 pound to 10 pounds, they get 100, not pounds, 1 kilogram to 10 kilograms, they get 100 milliliters per kilogram per day. So then anything from 11 kilograms to 19 kilograms, they get 50 milliliters per kilogram per day. So if you have a child that weighed 10 kilograms, they just get 100 milliliters per kilogram per hour. If you have a child that weighs, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So anything greater than 20 kilograms only gets 20 milliliters per kilogram per day. So this child here weighs 6 kilograms, okay? And 6 kilograms is less than the 10. It belongs in the 1 kilogram to 10 kilogram range, right? So they're going to get 100 100 milliliters per kilogram per day times, and we got to times it times their weight. So my kilograms will cancel. 100 times 6 is 600 milliliters per day. That's all the IV fluid they're allowed. And that's not much, but we're talking about a child that weighs 6 kilograms. We're talking about probably a very sick infant. Then let's look at the one down here at the bottom that's weighs 12 kilograms. So his weight is 12. So we can do the 10 kilograms and 2 kilograms. That gives me a total of 12. The 10 kilograms, the first 10 kilograms, he gets 10 milliliters per kilogram per day times the 10 kilograms, because we break it up.
Can you push the paper up some so we can see it, please?
Okay. Is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we get 1,000 milliliters per day. And then for the 2 kilograms that we have that's greater than 10, he gets, look at my paper, he gets 50 milliliters per kilogram per day. Times the 2 kilograms that he's got over 10 milligrams or over 10 kilograms. So my kilograms cancel. He gets 100 milliliters per day. So then we add these, the 1,000, the 100, he has a total of 1,100 milliliters per day, because we're going to add these up. Okay. Does it make any sense to you at the moment? Okay, let's look at another one. This child has a weight of 24 kilograms. Let me try to see if I can break it down like this. The first 10, if I break it down into 10 kilogram increments, because this is my first 10, this is my second 10, and the third thing is anything, or well, anything greater than 20, okay? So for the first 10, he gets 10 kilograms. The second 10, he has another 10 kilograms. And then he has 24 kilograms. So we've got 4 kilograms that's greater than 20. All right. So for the first 10, it's 100 milliliters per kilogram per day times the 10 kilograms, which gives me 1,000 milliliters per day. Then for the second 10, it's 50 milliliters per kilogram per day times that second 10 kilograms he weighs. So I get 50 times 10, and I get 500 milliliters per day. And then anything over 20, he's got 4 kilograms greater than the 20. He gets 20 milliliters per kilogram per day. So I multiply that times the 4 kilograms. 20 times 4 is 80 milliliters per day. So then I have to add up all those different parts, and I get 1,580 milliliters per day. Okay, so how are we doing?
Good.
Okay. So number 19, instead of having kilograms, this time our patient weighs in pounds. So what's the first thing I need to do?
Convert it to kilograms.
Yeah, convert it to kilograms. So it's 77 pounds over 1 times 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds. And that gives me 35 kilograms. Okay. I'm going to break this one down a little bit different. With the 35 kilograms, we're going to subtract 10 kilograms for the first 10. That leaves us with 25. So I can subtract a second 10. So that's for the second 10 kilograms. And then I have 15 kilograms left over. And this is for everything that's greater than 20. Okay. So my first 10 is 100 milligrams, not milligrams, I'm stuck on milligrams. 100 milliliters over 1 times, no, it's not over 1. What is it over? Milliliters per kilogram per day times my 10 kilograms. So my kilograms cancel, and I have 1,000 milliliters. Then for the 10, it's a 50 milliliters per kilogram per day. And so we had another 10 we could take out. That's over 10. Milligrams cancel. That gives me 500 milliliters per day. And then for everything greater than 20, I have 15. And that gets 20 milliliters per day. So I'm going to multiply that by 15 kilograms. So kilograms cancel. So 20 times 15 is 300 milliliters. So when I add all those up, the 1,000 plus the 500 plus the 300, I get 1,800 milliliters per day. Okay. So I want y'all to work number 20. And y'all tell me how many milliliters he gets. Okay, so do our answers match? Okay, so that's it for chapter 16, unless y'all have answers on some or questions on something.
When do you want us to take the quiz for chapter 16?
Say that again.
When do you want us to take the quiz for chapter 16 or do the homework?
When, okay. Let me make sure I understand. When did I want you to do the
homework?
The homework? Well, I don't have anything set for the homework.
No.
Oops, that's the wrong class.
Yeah, there's a. You don't have a due date.
I don't have a due date.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Okay, so now you should be able to see my Canvas screen here. Okay. Get my mouse over here. All right, so 15's got a lot of questions because it was a big chapter. So let's make it do the 30th. And then I won't lock it. And then I'll make chapter 16 due on the 30th also. So that gives you a little over a week. And then again, if you don't get it done by the 30th, I'm going to go through and lock everything for whatever day, all the homework and what I'm going to do. Whoops, that's not this page I wanted to show. I'm going to show assignments. Okay. So your assignments, and I'm talking about this agreement with basic rules, this upload. Some of these are locked. I need to go unlock them. But I'm going to unlock all your homework so you can turn and then relock it. When is your final? Oh, too much stuff in my binder. Your final is the 7th. So what I will do is lock all the homework and all the tests for the 7th. So what I will let you do is all these tests, I'm going to go in here that we have open. I don't need these. And I'm going to reset the due date for December 7th. And then all these homeworks, I need to open this one, but the chapter 15 homework, I'll put a lock date of December 7th on it. So all the homeworks, that way, if you want to go back and redo something, you can. If you want to go back and try to make a better score on your test, you can. If you want to go in and say, you know, I'd really like another practice on that homework, and you've got one attempt left, then you can. I'm still going to take the highest attempt or the highest grade. I think I want to turn everything but 16 and 17 where you can see your responses. Okay, that way you can go in and you can look at previous assignments, and that'll help you study for the final. But I'm going to give you another attempt on every test, and like I said, I'm going to lock it for December 7th, so you'll be able to go in. You're not going to be able to see your responses on the test, but you can at least have another attempt at the test if you want to. So if you want to retake test 2 because you scored poorly on it, or you want to retake test 3 because you know you can do better than what you did on it, that's fine. If you want to retake 2 and 3, or if you want to retake 1, 2, and 3, you can. Okay, but you just get one more attempt on them. And I'll take the high score. I always do that. The final, I haven't decided. Yeah, that's my summer 2 final, but it'll be 100 points. I will open it. I will go in and do it just here in a minute, and open it to, or set it to open on Wednesday, December 2nd, because that's the last day of classes. And then it will close December 7th. So that gives you almost a week. It gives you over the weekend to work on it. You'll have 2 hours to complete it. So it's 120 minutes. You only have one attempt. And there'll be questions just like you've had before on the test. Okay. Now, I do have an assignment that I'm going to put up for Monday. I got to find it. Well, I don't know where it's at. Yeah, here it is. Okay, can you see a Word document?
Yeah.
Okay. This is it was a comprehensive final exam, but it's the MSA that I used in 2019. But I want you to do, this is going to be your project. It's going to be your MSA, so take it seriously.
Okay.
You can do FaceTime with friends or people within your class or people that's in my other classes. I really don't want you getting help from a nurse. This needs to stay within students. You can have a nurse look over it and say, if your answers are correct. But you can work together however you want to. I've got a list of medication labels that goes with this, so I'll upload both. You'll need the medication labels. Read the scenario first. Read this paragraph first, because some of these questions will refer back to what's going on at the hospital during this severe thunderstorm. And then you have, this is patient 1. This is my physician's orders. Each one of these is a different order, okay? They were admitted to the PCU on a monitored bed. She was given, or she's prescribed nitroglycerin. She's prescribed whatever that medication is, the dioxin and the potassium chloride. Now, these 5 questions, the nurse started the IV infusion pump at 6:15 in the ER. The pump, the PCU IV pump stopped working at 1700. You implemented a backup plan and started a gravity flow IV on Mrs. Smith at 17:15. The drop factors of the IV tubing that you have on hand is 15 drops per milliliter. So you calculate the new flow rate for the IV fluid ordered. So hint, you're going to use the potassium chloride. That's the only IV fluid that she has ordered. So you're going to solve this one. Completion time, or calculate the new flow rate for the fluid ordered. Then you're going to go back, this one refers back to the first one, estimate the infusion time and completion time of the gravity flow IV that you just restarted in Miss Smith. So number 2 refers back to number 1 in the times. Number 3, again, this refers back to Miss Smith with the IV. And then number 4 is talking about the dioxin. And so you answer these questions. Don't overthink the questions. If Miss Smith is not a pediatric patient, notice it tells that she was born in 1958, so she's a geriatric patient. So answer those. This number 5 refers back to Mrs. Smith. It tells you in her medication order how much nitroglycerin you're going to give, or how much nitroglycerin is ordered. You have to calculate how many tablets you're going to give. And then you'll have to calculate when the next dose was given. Unless you're told otherwise, in some of the reading, these medications were given at 1600, because that's the time here. Now, it tells you right here that they didn't start the IV until 1615. So, that's a little bit goes into that. Then you have patient 2. There's 6 questions for this. Or question 6 has A and B. But this all refers back to this patient who's Callie Jones. She weighs 16 pounds. She was born in 2017, so she's a pediatric patient. So she just gets A and B on number 6. So patient 3 is for chapters 7 through 11 is Jamie Page. She entered the hospital or entered the ER at 1600. So, read everything about it. And then here's the questions. This is Jamie's medication record. She only has 3 things. She has normal saline for an IV. She has this medication and this medication. So these questions will refer back to Jamie's medications. And then the rest of these, I think I'm going to take off, because this is, well, I can leave it up here, because this is going to be similar to what's on the test. Well, no, I don't think these will be. I don't remember. But this is good practice for you. Oh, here's the medication labels. I attached them. And if you run across, I think I fixed my mistakes. If you run across a mistake, please email me. Or if you have a question, please email me. It could be a mistake. You remember that I'm the doctor and the pharmacist. for this because I made it myself. So some things may not matched up and I may not have caught them. So if you are questioning an order, you know, if it's not safe and you need to question the order, then email me. That would be your question for the order. And I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you, I'll tell you to just write, call the doctor, or I will tell you that we're verbally changing the order to whatever. Okay, and then you have a verbal order that you have to document. So is there any questions?
Oh.
Okay, I'll have this uploaded just here in a few minutes. And you will be able, I may go ahead and have it where you can download it and print it today before you leave campus. If not, then, well, it's to be worked on Monday. This is your assignment for Monday. So I may fix it where you can print it. I lost y'all. There you go. So, all right. No more questions. Then I'm going to stop the recording.